guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. I'm Titch92. Thank you so much for joining me. And I thought today I would do a double upload because my other video was just very short. So I have another unsolved mystery for you, but it's not a murder mystery. This is more of a folklore legend type story. And today I'm going to tell you the story of the Green Children of Woolpit. So grab some snacks, get comfy, and let's begin. So, this legend is said to have taken place in the village of Woolpit, which is located in Suffolk, East Anglia in England. And it was said to have taken place in the Middle Ages. And at the time, this place was the most agricultural, productive and densely populated area. And the village belonged to the rich and powerful Abbey of Bury St Edmunds. And the legend goes like this. The Green Children, which was a boy and a girl, brother and sister, were found by reapers who were working in their fields at harvest time near some ditches that had been excavated to trap wolves at St Mary's of the Woolpits. Their skin was tinged with a green hue and their clothes were made from an unfamiliar material. Strangest of all, they didn't speak a word of English. The children were eventually taken back to the village, where they were taken in by Sir Richard de Cane at Wilkes, who was a local landowner. Now, apparently, despite many attempts, the children refused to eat any food, even though they appeared to be absolutely starving. But this changed when villagers brought back recently harvested beans, and when they were offered to the children, apparently they absolutely devoured them. And this went on for a few months until they eventually acquired a taste for bread. Now, this story does take an unfortunate, sad turn because the young boy actually became seriously ill, and soon after he actually passed away. However, it seemed that the young girl remained in good health, and she even, flourished and eventually lost her green-coloured skin. She also learned to speak English, which later on in her life she then got married to a man in King's Lynn, and according to some accounts she chose the name Agnes Barr for herself, and the man she had gone on to marry was apparently an ambassador of Henry II. However, none of these details have ever been verified. And it is said that once the girl learned English, she told the story of where her and her brother had come from. So according to her, she said that her and her brother had come from the land of St Martin, where there were said to have been no sun, but instead a perpetual twilight, and that everybody who lived there was also green. She then apparently went on to describe another luminous bit of land that could be seen across a river. She then went on to explain how her and her brother had got to where they were found by the reapers, and she said that they were looking after their father's flock when they stumbled upon a cave, and then they decided to enter this cave, and they ended up walking aimlessly through the darkness until they reached the other side. And upon reaching the other side and exiting the cave, they entered into a bright light, and it had caused them to become very startled, and then this was when they was obviously found. Now, of course, over the many centuries that this story has been going on for, there's been so many theories that have come and been put forward about it and things like that in order to explain this strange legend. One theory that was put forward about the green colour of their skin was that they were suffering from hypochromic anemia, which is originally known as chlorosis. And this condition is caused by a poor diet that affects the colour of the red blood cells in the body, hence the green colour of the skin. And this theory is supported by the fact that the girl's skin returned to a normal colour after adapting to a healthy diet. And then there was also another theory about the strange land the girl said that she had come from. It is said that a man called Paul Harris had suggested in the book called The 14 Studies, Volume 4, which came out in 1998, that the children were Flemish orphans that were possibly from a nearby place known as Farnham, St. Martin, which was only separated from Woolpit by a river that was called the River Lark. Apparently, a lot of Flemish immigrants arrived during the 12th century period, but were ultimately prosecuted under the reign of King Henry II. In 1173, many immigrants were killed, and those that went fled into Thetford forests, which may have explained the constant twilight. It is also said that the children could have possibly stumbled into one of the many underground mines which had eventually led them to Woolpit. Now, of course, a lot of other people have also suggested that the children are not of this world, and Robert Burton was one of those people. He eventually wrote a book in 1621 called The Anatomy of Melancholy, in which he suggested the children had fallen from heaven. Then, of course, everybody else caught wind of this and made their own speculations that the children were extraterrestrials. So then, in 1996, an article was written by Duncan Lunan, who hypothesized that the children had been transported by accident from their home planet to Woolpit. Duncan seems to think that their home planet is stuck in a synchronous orbit around its sun, presenting the conditions for life only in a narrow twilight zone between a fiercely hot sun and a frozen dark side. But whether or not this story is true, it has captivated people for 8 centuries and has been the inspiration for many poems, novels, operas, and even plays across the world. Now, I'm not sure what to make of Duncan's hypotheses because it seems a tiny bit far-fetched to me. But what do you guys think? What do you think of this legend? What do you think it's true? Do you think that the hypothesis was right about them being malnourished? Let me know in the comments below what you think of this unsolved mystery and your spin on it and things. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and that's all I have for you for today. But I will see you on Sunday for Spooky Sundays. But I'm sending all my love and positivity your way. And until next time, bye.